All right, hello everybody. My name is Brystin Ivey, and this is That'll Do. This is my podcast. It's been something I've wanted to do now for a little while, and before I get on with the show or the cast or whatever you call it, I just kind of want to explain like what I'm trying to do here. It's I don't want anything to be taken like very seriously. But I have a lot of thoughts on like the things that I've experienced in my life and the things I've been a part of, and I kind of just wanted to create something that was by amateurs for amateurs, and I would just kind of provide advice and mainly advice just for people going through the same thing we're going through as college students, as 19, 20, 21-year-olds, and I just feel like this is something that's kind of needed. There's a lot of professional advice out there. And I think there's a huge gap between starting out and kind of reaching your goal. I think there needs to be something there to kind of push things along, and that's what I hope this podcast can kind of show. It's like the journey to. It's not just the destination, and it's not looking back. Thank you.
So I guess that's a good introduction for me.
Yeah, there we go. So there will be guests. Not to interrupt you, I'm sorry. There will be guests on this show, and right now I'm joined by the lovely Jorge Holguin-Reed.
Hello. Yeah, I'm here. Show by amateurs for amateurs, featuring amateurs.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And the ever stunning Sean Posso.
Thank you.
Oh man, Sean, did we give you that name or did you?
I don't even.
Where did that
know.
nickname?
It just sort of happened.
Is it a nickname?
I think it just someone said it one time and it just rolled off the tongue and we just kept it ever since.
It just kind of stuck. Sean Posso.
Yeah, it just sort of it just stuck.
It's weird because like it's not even a nickname. Like it's your name. We just say it funny.
It's just a different pronunciation of my actual name.
Sean Posso.
Like the closest I've ever had to a nickname was actually the first of my 2 high schools, because I transferred in between my sophomore and junior year. Before my freshman year, I found an option on Facebook where you could switch your name, have it be shown last name first. So everyone just started calling me by my last name.
Because like Posso.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Even pronounced it incorrectly like that.
Oh really? Posso?
Just Posso. It's Posso.
Oh, is it Posso?
Oh my god. It is. Yeah.
This whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't ever said your name right.
It's fine. It's only 5 letters long.
Sean Posso?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like my first name, Sean, spelled the correct way, S-E-A-N.
You mean Scene, right?
Shut up.
Is that bad?
Okay,
Do you not like
Brystin.
that? Okay. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Calm down, George.
George isn't even bad. It's
just
a
different name,
dude.
Yeah.
Brystin.
Dad didn't come over from Colombia for me to be called George.
Oh, true. You actually journeyed. Well, I came from Ireland, so that's fair.
Sean's Irish.
Who traveled farther, Jorge?
It's not me.
I didn't take geography.
Okay.
I almost failed geometry. I didn't, and also I know the difference between geometry and geography. But yeah, Sean, there's not really a lot of nicknames from a 4-letter first name.
No, like I always like my stepdad. My stepdad's name is Sean, and I call him like Shawnee Boy, kind of like Pony Boy, but with Sean.
Yeah.
So just Pone.
Actually, that's
Pony
what
Boy.
One of my roommates freshman year called me that.
Really?
Yeah. And he would
And he's dead now.
No, I hope not. I mean, I haven't seen him in a couple of years, but I hope he's not dead.
That man has never been seen from again.
He would always just burst into the room singing "Oh Danny Boy," but "Oh Shawnee Boy," and I would always laugh out of respect because I didn't want to make an enemy, but it was never funny.
Really?
Actually, it was pretty clever the first time.
Dude, I wouldn't have done Danny Boy. I would have done like Shawnee, We Hardly Knew Ye. Like that would have been my song for you. If we're doing like old Celtic shit, like that'd be it.
Oh yeah.
Is it bad that that's on my gym playlist? The song that's
No, wait. Do you have is it not Flogging Molly, Dropkick Murphys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yes, I do.
That's a
really
good fucking song. Yeah. We've begun the annual door slamming hour.
Oh yeah.
At my apartment complex.
Oh, of course. We wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, guys, this is some real guerrilla audio work here. We are doing this in a study room in my apartment complex because my roommates, as much as I love them, are loud.
It's true.
And I'm hoping the people around me are not as loud as my roommates are.
pretty high bar though.
Yeah, you know, like
they are loud.
we're loud and we're proud, you know.
If you need it, I'll walk outside this place and be like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm filming a podcast!" and just yell at it.
You know, just dropping the word podcast, most people are like, "Oh shit, we respect that." You're right.
either that. There's two responses. Either, "Oh wow, okay, we respect that," or "Nerds." God.
Yeah, I know. Like, what are we? What?
Yeah.
No, like we're either amazing or we're like, "Man, everybody has a fucking podcast. What are you gonna say on your fucking podcast?"
Well, let's go over that. What's this for a podcast about?
Yeah, let's.
Why are we here?
Since
Why are
we're
you
here,
That sentence fell apart.
since we're talking about names, I want to talk about something a lot of people don't want to talk about, and that's high school.
Oh jeez, I already brought that topic up.
Yeah,
because
see, Sean.
I'm just.
I was gonna let
I'm
this.
open.
I was gonna let this happen organically, and then the third sentence of Sean's mouth was, "Well, back in high school," and it was like,
At my
boom.
first of 2 high schools.
Yeah, exactly.
So what about high school?
So I mean, that's sigh though. That doesn't sound.
No, just.
Was it just not a good time?
I haven't thought about my first high school since I left.
Well, you don't have to. I'm not gonna make you.
It was an experience.
Yeah.
It was
Bad or
unique.
okay.
They started a high school, the billionaire Bill Koch, not one of the crazy political Koch brothers, the one who just really likes sailing and old wine. Started
Sounds about right.
started a high school sort of in the style of the old Northeast boarding schools. Because he lives down here, he has kids down here, he wanted a place like that for his kids to go to school, but to be close to him. So he started the school, and I was part of the very first class.
Ooh.
So their first freshman class was my freshman class. They had not figured everything out. By the time my sophomore year came around, they had fired half of the staff.
Jesus Christ.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
And the elementary middle school that I went to, the K through 8, it was for quote-unquote gifted kids. And
You don't have to brag. Like
no, I'm
we're on the same
not.
level, Sean.
Oh, don't
Like,
worry,
it's
don't
cool,
worry,
dude.
don't worry. I'm not bragging.
Oh, okay.
My bragging about being labeled a gifted kid is I never learned how to study until I was failing classes, because it was always easy for me until it wasn't. And that happened in about 7th or 8th grade when I was failing math and I had no idea how to study for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because it's like it always came to me, but then I reached that level. Like, it doesn't matter that you can read at a high school level very easily when you're in college. Like, all these skills at about a late middle school level just came easily. Then I got there and everyone was doing the same as me, but they knew how to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they progressed, essentially to me it felt like they deserved it because of the work they put into it, and I was just coasting along.
Yeah. I mean, I can see why you'd feel that. Like, you've never been really presented a challenge
Exactly.
until like that level.
Exactly.
You know?
But a lot of the friends that I made there, because I was there for 9 years, and there were actually like seven of us that were there from kindergarten to 8th grade.
Yeah, I was in the same boat.
It was actually really nice having, because like the room mom, we had several of them, and it became honestly like a big family, but then we all splintered apart, which was less fun. But a lot of my friends went to that high school as well, and we were all there, and suddenly I felt like I was behind everyone.
Ugh.
Because everyone else was very smart,
Yeah.
and I was pretty okay, or so it felt like.
I was about to say, so it felt like, Sean,
Yeah,
you were
this-
anything but
thi-
pretty okay.
This school was built up to be, this is it's a challenging school.
Mhm.
Our regular classes are at the level of honors classes. Our honors classes are at the level of AP classes. But of course you don't get any AP credit.
So what's the point of the difficulty?
Nothing.
Just put your dick
There's
on the table,
no
Sean? Is that what you
goddamn
wanted?
point. It was awful. Because they were like, colleges will recognize that we're a challenging school. No, they won't.
Dude.
So I suffered for literally I had physiological symptoms of stress.
As what, like a
For
14-year-old kid? 14 or 15?
13, 14. It
Oh my
was,
God.
I had horrible acne.
Oh, I can. Yeah,
Just
no, I feel
like-
that. Holy
like-
shit.
Prescription medication acne.
Like Accutane acne.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, high
It was-
five.
It was rough, but the worst part was I had this thing on my arms where I would just itch.
Oh, it was like dryness.
All here.
Oh,
I would
fuck.
Is that
just
like eczema?
itch. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And I still get it a little bit, but
Mhm.
back then it was the entire like bottom of my forearms
Holy
where
shit,
I
dude.
would scratch until I was bleeding. And it wasn't like I have to do this to hurt myself. It wasn't that. It was like it itches so bad.
You don't understand. Like,
Welcome
I'm not.
Welcome
was-
to high
it
school
was-
in America.
Like-
your hair starts to fall out, you grow acne,
Oh,
your
yeah.
body starts to shut down,
And
a lot of pressure on
and
you.
then after 2 years, I transferred schools. All of that stopped immediately.
So
My
then we got
skin-
like puberty Sean Posso
Yeah.
coming out with a beard
That's
and
when I-
sunglasses.
that-
Now
that's
he's
when
a
I started the
fucking
beard.
man.
Is that when you started?
It is when I started the
Dude,
beard.
I couldn't fucking grow facial hair in high school. I looked
Yeah.
like a twat.
I still do.
I still, in
Actually,
my opinion, I still do.
that
but-
transfer is actually part of the reason why I have the beard. Because I
Really?
came into the school as a junior, but I hadn't been there for the previous 2 years.
Mhm.
So everyone thought I was a freshman, and I just got tired of it. So I was like, I'm gonna grow a beard. My dad has a beard, so I'm gonna have a beard. That was really
It's
my
my
whole
daddy's
motivation.
boy, Sean.
Well, it's a nice beard.
No, I know. My dad, he always just had like just shit on his face. Like it was never.
That's a weird beard.
I know it was never like
Just
it never
doing
looked good.
food to his face.
Yeah, it was this weird scratchy shit, and I always saw it. and I was like, I'm never gonna do that, and here we are.
Yeah.
with like actual facial hair.
And with my dad, like, he's had the beard since before he was married to my mom, and they got married in 1991.
Oh my! Like he's just had like a continual beard for. Like,
I've never seen my dad's chin. It's weird, isn't it? I've only seen it in photographs.
It might not exist.
That's what I'm saying. I have no
It's just been
first-hand
gone at this
experience
point, yeah.
of seeing this
Honestly.
chin. But high school number 2 was far superior.
Really?
Oh yeah, like by a mile. It was because the second high school I went to, they do a haunted house every year.
Oh, it's already better than my fucking
So they
high
just
school
scared the shit out
experience.
of you, that's nice.
But the haunted house
Scared
is,
straight.
is
Sean Posso.
High school.
the haunted house. They do it every October. It's built, operated, staffed. All the actors. It's the students. And what they do is every summer, they have like 2 sessions. It's summer camp, but you're building the haunted house. So that's where I came in.
It's like workshop.
The summer before my junior year. So I would go into the actual school year already having friends.
That's nice.
And literally the friends I made on the first day, like the check-in counselor was like, hey, come here, show this kid around. Literally my friend still.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, does he go here?
No, he doesn't.
No.
But he's back in the hometown.
Where is here?
Oh yeah. Here is Tallahassee, Florida, for our viewers who don't know where I live.
Viewers. Listeners, it's a podcast, you dingus.
There's gonna
And if
be
you
a
are viewing,
thing.
that's what we're doing. That's
What?
kind of weird.
There's gonna be a little title card, and it's gonna look all pretty, okay? And some people are gonna look at the fucking title card and they'll be like, Brystin worked really hard on this, and he really doesn't know After Effects that well.
I will teach you, my boy.
There we go. Yeah. So I already got the endorsement from the professional, so now we have to do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
You brought it up. We gotta do the follow through with this.
yeah, exactly. So we're in the fabulous Tallahassee. Where did you go to high school?
I was trying to refrain from naming everything.
You don't have to name the high
No,
school.
it was-
Do you want to name like the hometown?
Yeah, I grew up in technically Lake Worth, like by zip code Lake Worth, but it's Boca. I live in
But
the
like all the
suburbs.
cool people are like, no, we're not Lake Worth. We're
No, it's
we're something else.
it's suburbia, like
Yeah.
the lawn, the backyard, the dog. No picket fence though.
So it's not the American dream.
No,
just-
it's not.
It's
Then again,
just
the
like
American dream is
suburbia.
bullshit, but that's a story for another time.
Holy shit, we can't go that far. On
Oh no, that's why I said it's a story for another time. Don't
on
worry.
the first episode.
I would need to make notes for that one.
Yeah. Come
I have-
prepared with like a,
I have
a sketch
opinions on
pad.
things, but
That's why we're
the
doing
second
it.
school I'm fine with naming because it was great. It was a
Yeah.
perfect fit for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was down in Lake Worth, G-Star School of the Arts.
Oh, I didn't know you went to like an art high school.
G-Star School of the Arts, motion picture and television, I think is somewhere in the name, I guess. But like
Motion
they-
arts high school
I-
picture.
I don't even
name.
All I know is when you Google it, you get a lot of jeans because there's a brand, G-Star Raw.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, so it's just like jeans, high school.
High school wearing jeans.
Yeah.
That was your school uniform.
We didn't have a uniform. Oh, I
had a uniform where I went to high school.
My
Yeah,
K through 8 had a
same.
uniform, and my first high school had the same uniform.
Sounds
So
about
so
right.
I wore a polo and khakis every day for 11 years.
Oh, that's cute, Sean.
It was a horrible.
That was all
Let's
of
see.
my high school, college,
Yeah.
or not even college, high school, middle school career.
Yep.
Same, yeah. Same in
Yeah.
elementary school, too, because my elementary school was pre-K through 8th.
Yeah.
So the wardrobe never changed. I couldn't express myself till college.
It
That's
was
why.
it was bizarre after 11 years going to a school with no uniform. Like, they had a dress code. Pretty much.
You don't know what to
be
wear.
naked.
Like, that's
Yeah.
the first, you're
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
you
I
gotta
don't-
develop
I don't
your
have
own
any
style
clothes.
at that point, yeah.
It's
It's like your
you're-
mom's dressing you for like Saturdays and Sundays, but school, you know what to wear.
Yeah. It's
Gotta
like,
get to
oh, we're
wear.
going out. Wear this shirt. I like it. It's like, okay, Mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to make choices that I never had to make. Like, what shirt to wear?
That's what I liked when we just did shit after school, because you would just stay wearing the polo and khaki shorts,
Oh,
and no
yeah.
one's like, ha, look at the faggot wearing like wearing
I learned a lesson.
oh my god, what are they called? What did I used to wear freshman year? Those shorts.
Freshman year?
Cargos.
Cargo.
Oh, I
God.
wore the living shit out of cargos for like
Oh,
half of my
jeez.
life.
I learned
Bryson was a
something.
man of action. He needed cargos and all his things.
I had so many fucking pockets, dude. Anything you needed, I could hold.
He used to put his pockets in other pockets that he had in his shorts.
Oh, dude, just full of girls'
put-
numbers,
used to
guys'
put a
numbers,
frocket in the pocket.
dogs' addresses. It was just fine.
You see, the dog addresses are important though because everyone loves the dog.
But I learned a lesson with the uniform.
What'd you learn?
If your mom says you're going to Target after school, don't wear a red polo shirt.
They did not think like 12-year-old Sean Posso worked at Target.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone
Did
asked me.
12-year-old Sean Posso have the beard too?
No.
Oh.
that wasn't
That'd be
until
even-
high
that
school.
wasn't
until
That
second high school.
ooh.
Someone walked up to me
That's on the
with
quiz.
holding a DVD of the not Mega Man, Astro Boy movie. I was like, is this the movie or the TV show? Here's the thing. I knew, so I answered her question. Like, that's actually the movie that came out recently, not the show from the 80s. She was like, thank you very much. I was like, I don't work here. Of course, I didn't say that because I was shy.
Sean, I love your prepubescent Sean impression. It's just you at a higher tone.
Oh, yeah. Well,
It's-
that's pretty much what it was.
No, dude, mine was so different. Like my voice, like cracked and just like strained and
My
blew
voice-
up, and now it's this.
My
It's
voice never cracked. It's just
You lucky.
it pretty much. I was talking sort of up here, and then all of a sudden I could just do this.
Baseball. Like,
It's pretty much that.
You
Like
lucky
I never went
bastard.
through
You
the.
just went from, yeah, that's actually the Mega Man movie that came out recently, so...
The beard just grows as you like saying the sentence. Like
There's the beard.
you're just full of Play-Doh. You're just like pushing it out. It's just coming out.
Fun to play with, not to eat.
I disagree.
Well, Sean, I feel kind of bad, though, because you're talking about your first high school experience, your first high school being so terrible and whatnot, how you felt behind, and yet I would have been the kid that you hated at the time. Not hated, but was
Still
like,
hate.
I mean,
Well,
heck yeah.
The thing was, since it was a new school, the sort of cliques and circles weren't really established.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like you just made friends with people in your classes. Like I was one of the nerds, but I was also friends with like the jocks and the cheerleaders and everything.
That's kind of how my high school experience was. Like, I never belonged to like one group. I'm not saying like I was like everybody's like best friend, but like I just had kind of a friend in like every
It
different
was
corner.
weird. I kind of was.
Really?
Yeah. Also because at my middle school, we had like the Friday morning assembly,
Mm-hmm.
which we called the Friday morning show because it was like the 8th graders get to host it, they get to do it, they get to
Oh
organize it all.
yeah, back when 8th grade meant you
Oh
were
yeah,
like big
back,
shit.
back
yeah.
when I felt like I was the cock of the walk. You know, just, ooh, big man on campus, 12 years old, oh yeah. Now I'm looking back and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I was an infant.
I think that's all of my high school career, middle school career, looking back going, Jesus, what was I thinking?
Oh, I realized over
What?
winter break, if I had a catchphrase, it's just, uh-oh.
No, dude,
That's pretty much it.
I was making all the wrong decisions, and I was so happy doing it.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah, because like my kind of experience was I went to this little teeny tiny Catholic school, okay, and my parents raised me on like punk music, like rock, alternative, like some '98 rock shit.
Oh boy.
So like
Catholic
I had
school,
friends.
a punk at Catholic school.
Well,
I know,
fish out of water.
right? Yeah. So I had friends, but nobody was like me. And then I got to high school, and here are like all these people that like were in the same situation as I was,
Yeah.
and we kind of like banded together because we were like, holy shit, he knows who fucking My Chemical Romance is. Like, oh my god.
It's here for life.
Yeah, you know, because that was who was big.
Yeah.
You know, I even had a friend listen to like Hollywood Undead, like way back in the day, and that's what we bonded over. But no, like you meet these people, and then like freshman year, I got carried away. Like I started doing theater like a couple years before that, and like
Me too.
theater's great because it really does like open you up like socially, but
Yeah.
also like the girls in theater are like the most non-boundary kind of like not like necessarily flirt with everybody, but they're just okay.
Yeah.
Like with everybody touching, everybody doing this and doing that.
A lot of huggers.
A lot of huggers, and like I had that mentality going into high school, so like I hugged the shit out of everybody.
I've never been a very. God bless you. God bless. Someone's sneezing in another room.
It's okay. They're not real.
They don't exist
They
outside of this
don't
room.
fucking exist. They're not here.
But like I've never been a really hands-on kind of person. I think it's just I've always been kind of the shy, reserved person. But it was really at that second high school where I really started to blossom because I've always loved movies. I can literally pinpoint the day where it started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my 4th birthday. My parents got me a DVD copy of Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace.
What a terrible gift.
I was 4. It was awesome.
Oh, wait. Okay. I missed the year. My bad.
No, yeah, I was 4 years old.
I thought you were like 16 getting the Phantom Menace. A little fucking late.
A little late. No, but it was like the 2-disc collector's edition when that was like remarkable. I do still have it.
But it's signed by George Lucas.
Not George Lucas, Ray Park, the guy that played Darth Maul.
Oh, that's actually
Actually,
pretty cool.
Isn't he a black guy?
No,
Really?
yeah.
I thought he would.
They dubbed his voiceover.
That's right.
With-
Okay.
Peter Serafinowicz, the guy who currently plays the Tick on Amazon.
Him?
Oh my god. The guy from Shaun of the Dead.
The roommate. Yep.
No fucking
Yep.
way.
He's
I'm a
Darth
lot
Maul's
less
voice.
scared. Wow.
Computers are turning on. Good lord.
Yeah, they do that.
Well, I'd assume they do that, but I wasn't expecting them right now.
And this all relates back to Sean Posso's high school career because he was, in fact, a Jedi warrior.
No,
he was a computer that turned on.
No, but I'm
blossoming computer.
But I've been a huge Star Wars nerd since I was 4 because of that, and it came with like an hour-long making of,
Oh god.
just a full 60 minutes of how they made the movie, and little 4-year-old me was sitting there going, "I want to do that," and now
you are.
Now I do that. Now I make.
Oh, in case
movies.
you guys don't know, we're all DMP majors. That's digital media production at FSU, Florida State University.
Yeah, we're kind of skipping around a lot of backstory.
Yeah,
We
we're
can-
trying to provide you
lore.
with all the information.
No,
so you
yeah,
understand
like this
who
is
we
this
are.
is what I want. We want scattered thought that people have to figure out. Eventually, people will build our lives like,
Oh, yeah.
off of the things that
We
we
gotta-
say on this.
Oh yeah,
on this
I'm willing
podcast.
to bet based on all the information I've already given, they can figure out what that first high school is.
They also probably know what you look like at this point.
You probably know your
I
social
hope
security
they do.
number.
It's a
Yeah,
good beard.
they got your beard. Yeah,
It's a good beard.
we know Sean.
I don't know my social security number.
And that's what's scary about how they
Oh,
know.
God.
It's weird that we know that and you don't know. But Sean,
Did
go
we
on.
all just sniffle in a row there?
Yes, we do.
I think so. I want to hear
We're in
like
sync.
I want to hear the audio. Just like, sniffle, like, it's just us sniffling. But Sean, so going back like to high school, as much as we all would love to do that,
Stop shaking the
Stop.
French fries.
it's okay. I can cut it out. Yeah, but going back to high school. So this second high school, did your friends kind of continue like up to college? Like, did you come here with that group
No,
of people?
not
Okay.
at all.
Good.
We're all over the state.
Okay.
I'm here. One of my friends is in Pensacola at UWF. Another one's at UF. Another friend is at
For
UCF.
those of you that don't know, we are not too fond of the University of Florida.
To a point where you can't get Gatorade on campus.
And that actually kind of blows.
It does.
But we do
it's-
have power.
We do have Powerade. And I happen to have a Powerade right here.
The
Some
microphone is
Powerade.
clipped.
If anybody's
to the
thinking about
straw.
sponsoring
Oh yeah,
this,
guys, the microphone.
Powerade, please sponsor us. You're tasty.
Yeah, there's a microphone strapped to this Powerade beverage. Just
preferably.
beverage. Sean was flexing, my mind just went blank.
That's fair.
But yeah, so like, what was it like to kind of come up? Because did you just come up here like not knowing anybody? Was it just like a fresh slate?
100%.
How was that? Like, how did that kind of affect you getting like acclimated to college?
Well, I'm kind of in a unique situation. I got accepted for a summer semester before my fall.
Oh, that helps a lot. Yeah.
But what happened was I was in one of the halls where, you have the two of you and you share a bathroom with the two next door. My room didn't share a bathroom. So me and my roommate had our own private bathroom. Then my roommate never showed up.
So you lived by yourself your first year?
My first semester, my summer semester, like 8 weeks, was I lived alone. And my dad works, so my mom used to work, but I don't have any siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm used to, being in my room on my computer alone.
And that's just kind of like what it became.
Yeah, it was a really easy sort of transition for me.
Well, it's a dangerous transition because it's almost not a transition.
Exactly.
Like at all. Like you stay stagnant. It's almost kind of
Exactly.
dangerous to be in that kind of position.
And let me tell you, living alone in the summer here, it was like 105 degrees outside. I walked into. I was here. I do have an idea.
You have some idea.
He might know.
I was talking to the audience.
That's true. You get.
Because in
you guys
Tallahassee, you
don't
don't have no
fucking-
wind when
you
it's
may
hot.
have
You
some
just have
idea.
dead
You may
heat.
be in town.
We don't know any other people in town, so this.
I've actually never left this room.
We know
honestly.
other people here. In fact, we know someone that lives here.
Oh, true. We do know someone
Yeah.
that lives here. They're poor, unfortunate soul. But
I
go
know.
on with what you're.
But
what
like
you're saying.
105 degrees, I have no roommate, so I walk into my room and just pants off.
See, I kind of envy that though.
It was great.
I think that's my problem. Is like I would so easily live alone,
Oh yeah.
and then it'd be great for like 2 weeks, and for maybe like, I don't know, maybe like a couple hours at a time. Like after that.
Yeah.
But I know like I'd be miserable if I like lived by myself, especially like freshman year.
Well, that was when I got into the YouTube channel Game Grumps.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's
that's a black hole in itself.
It's two friends playing video games. I would just watch that. And I've actually read some stuff about this, how sort of podcasts and vlogs to some people take the position of like actually hanging out with people. Because it's like you listen to these people on a daily basis. And like with Game Grumps they do 3, at least I think so. They might have gotten rid of a slot. I haven't watched
Everybody in
it
the
in a while.
comments is gonna fucking crucify you because you got this wrong.
At the time,
Mhm.
there were 3 10-minute episodes a day. So every day I'd spend half an hour with these guys.
Yeah.
And it sort of became a social outlet for me. And keep in mind, this wasn't for like the full 14-week semester. This was for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Which I do think helped. Because then I came back for the actual fall semester and I had 2 roommates.
So it was like a kind of like a culture shock at that point. You're
It-
so
it-
used
it
to
was.
it.
Who
Yeah.
are these people?
Like,
Yeah.
Sean just coming into his room, taking off his pants instinctively and going, oh my god.
Oh, there's men here now.
There's other people. Oh, God.
So you're alright, never knocked on your door and said, hey, there's a world outside. You know that, right?
The sun hurts. It's fine.
Especially when
The
it's
sun
it's-
hurts.
especially when it's 105 degrees out. I'm not going
Especially
to be
when you're
running
running
through the
shiny.
fields all willy nilly anyway. That's
Not
just
with pants on. That's just not.
That's not who I am as a
that's not
person.
that's not the Poso way.
Exactly.
Possum.
I wish it
already
was.
forgot how to fucking say your last name.
It's fine.
Is it Poso?
Yeah.
All right, Poso. I got you.
So
Sure, why not?
got me.
So I mean, did you like? Do you think it would have helped, like having people like from your high school to kind of
I-
like at least hang out with, at least
I'm sure
like
it
to
would've
get
been more
outside?
comfortable.
I think I would have hung out with them. I would not have made new friends.
That's
Which I think
a big issue. With
Would
that.
have sort of socially held me back.
Mm.
Because that was really the first like very tight-knit group of friends that I'd had since, the people that I grew up with, in my K through 8 school. And I think it's actually beneficial that we all fractured after high school, because I'm a vastly different person than I was.
Oh yeah, I
even
can.
3 years ago.
I can look back and easily say that I don't hate the person I was by any means, but I was not who I wanted to be
Exactly.
at all at that point.
See, with me, I'm much more outgoing now.
Yeah.
I'm actually going out and doing stuff with friends, which is not. Yeah, it's like this.
Literally,
yeah.
Here we go.
Literally
podcast,
where I am
like
right
what we're
now.
doing right now.
If this was the summer semester, I'd be in my room, not wearing pants, watching a movie.
Mm.
But instead, I'm here with 2 close friends. doing stuff.
Fucking cry. I didn't promise myself I wouldn't cry. God damn it.
Yes, this has been the emotion hour.
Yeah,
Sean
right. We'll
Posso.
play sad music over this bit.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
So you being, I guess, alone essentially, your
Yeah.
first 2 years here was kind of just spurred you to have to reach out of your comfort zone eventually. No?
Exactly.
Well, that's ultimately like what college is like the biggest icebreaker
Yeah.
ever. Like it just fucking
Yeah.
removes you from everything you were comfortable with and just
Yeah.
throws you in like this entirely new world. And you kind of either like adjust to it well, you don't really adjust to it that well, or some people like don't adjust
Exactly.
at all.
Yeah.
And here's the interesting thing that you say about that. It is the biggest iceberg, and you say that you're kind of by yourself in a sense. But I didn't come into college with that. I was fortunate enough to make my high school friends. A lot of them just ended up coming to Florida State,
Yeah.
and so I had my essentially family. Then we got to Florida State, and we all experienced the same, like you said, culture shock or giant icebreaker. And yet, I don't think that without those friendships I still had, and still have to today, I'd be the same person.
Oh yeah.
So for me, I was definitely codependent on my friends to get through whatever was going on at the time, and still to this day. Fortunately, the friends that I had freshman year of college, even freshman year of high school, I'm mostly family at this point.
Yeah.
And so, without that support system, things would have been definitely harder for me.
Well, yeah. Like I don't.
Someone's causing a ruckus over there.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and pretend like the friends I came in with, like aren't my friends anymore. Just like didn't have any impact. But it was kind of like a similar situation to high school where I had been with these people that I had all these great memories with and I always had a good time with, but they weren't necessarily as like me as I wanted. And then I got to college and I instantly met people who skated and I skate. I met people who, I was fortunate enough to be in a freshman interest group, which kind of put with Jorge, yeah.
That's me.
Who
That's
put you in a room with 14 people who kind of wanted to do what
14?
you...
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a small fig.
No, my fig was 4 of us.
See, that's not helpful, I don't think.
I'm still friends with one of them though.
Nice.
See how helpful that is?
Yeah, the fig I was in, it was a lot of actually like movie-based classes. Like
Well,
actually,
that's what we had
like
too.
literally one class that I put on a list to submit for my minor certificate. I couldn't decide between certificate or certification,
Yeah.
but I actually just submitted that 2 days ago, maybe yesterday. I'm not good with the
It is
time.
funny. It's
The
funny that you
details
mentioned the
don't
whole
matter.
fake thing and everything. I was just thinking about that
Yeah.
and how much that helped me. But just a little bit of backstory. Bryson and I didn't first meet at the Fig.
Oh my god, that's
We
right.
first met at
Yeah.
college orientation.
Oh man.
When I walked up next to him, he looked at me and said something snarky. And I said something sarcastic about the whole situation, like the awkwardness of, all right, I guess we should all introduce each other.
Oh my god,
It's
yeah,
a
that
giant
actually
icebreaker.
probably was the line. Like,
Yeah.
I guess we're in this now.
You know,
Like,
it
I
was
guess we
about
should do
it was about the polar bear thing. Remember?
Oh god.
Oh, which is a
yeah.
polar bear where he says to me, and I'm like, oh
Enough
god,
to
is this
break
kid hitting
the
on me?
ice.
Enough to break the ice. I'm like, actually, that's
Jesus
pretty funny.
It's like, yeah, this kid's hitting on me. This is kind of cool. I kind of like
This
college.
kid's hitting on me. All right.
It's like sick.
Already in the college experience. But anywho, we met at orientation, and as fate would have it, we walk into the same Fig, and he looks at me and goes, "You're that kid that I said that lame ass joke to." And I said,
Yeah, verbatim. This is what happened.
and I was like,
Photographic memory
I
over here.
But yeah, like that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like you walk in and you are already making new connections, and you're making connections with people that aren't there to replace your friends, but you just kind of connect, and your lifestyle starts to become shaped by the people that you meet and the people
Yeah.
you start to hang out with,
Mhm.
and suddenly. I was doing things with you and other people from our Fig that maybe the friends that I came in with didn't want to do, or vice versa. They were doing things I didn't want to do,
Yeah.
and so that split kind of just started to happen, like very minutely. And for me, we're just not as close as we used to be. Like we're all still on good terms, we're all still friends, but there was a time where we would not do anything without each other. And it's not, it's not any type of like animosity. There's no problem. It's just because I have just made a niche here. And they have as well, and just our niches have kind of gone separate ways, and that's okay.
Yeah, the thing that really separated me and my, well, not separated, I guess we all found things that we were interested in, and we didn't know that much each other about. We didn't get the opportunity to do all that in high school, because in high school it's very, at least where I went, a Catholic high school and whatnot, it was very facilitated.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone took math.
Yeah.
Everyone took science, and if you wanted to take an elective, the electives weren't super conducive to what you wanted, and sometimes they didn't have what you wanted. So when we got to college, and I found out that I was the only communication student among all my friends. Everyone else wanted to do engineering, they wanted to do sciences.
Oh, dude, that's how everybody was science, except for like 2 of my friends who wanted to go to like pursue art.
And my friend group's the complete opposite.
Hmm.
Like, 2 of us want to be filmmakers. 1 wants to make video games. 1 wants to be like a traditional artist. And only 1 wants to go into what would be traditionally considered a viable career path. He wants to be a math teacher.
Hey, communication is a viable career path. I'm doing
Viable
well.
career path.
I said
air
traditional.
quotations.
I said traditionally considered. A lot of people, like even my parents growing up, I said
yeah.
I want to make movies. They were like, have a backup plan. They're like, engineering, you're good at science, I guess. And then I was like, here's my math grades. And they were like, right, filmmaker.
Actually, my father's an engineer, and he looked at me and said, son, you're going to be an engineer. And I said, no. And that conversation did not go very well. For the longest time, I remember telling him, look, this is what I want. I want to maybe not do filmmaking, but I want to pursue something within multimedia. And he's like, oh, the business? And I said, no, not the business, the creation, the production.
Yeah.
And he told me it's not going to happen. Not that it's not going to happen. You know, he's always supporting me and everything, but he was skeptical because, of course, it's not, like you said, a typical career path. It's nothing set in stone in communications because it's different. Because in business, you got to have your portfolio, you got to have your resume and stuff prepared weeks, if not a year, months in advance when you apply somewhere. Because that's how it is.
Yeah.
But for communications, I find that let's say you send your resume and the guy calls you, or girl, whoever you're hiring you.
Good save, good save.
Inclusive, it's 2018.
Yeah, progressive podcast.
They call you.
We're in the future.
And they say, hey, saw your resume, can you start next week? Which is what happened when I was here. When I applied to work on campus and everything, they said, hey, we like what you do, can you work next week? And that's and it's hard to explain to my parents that that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And so I don't need to have anything ready already.
Yeah.
And so it was real fun though. I would never do anything else.
There's a saying in like voice acting where everyone says, yeah, we're just continuously unemployed. Because that's the way the creative business works.
Yeah.
You're not, like, even if you work at somewhere like Cartoon Network on a TV show, the show can be canceled like that and you're out of a job.
Oh yeah, you could be lead animator one day.
Oh yeah.
And just be back to intern status.
Yeah.
In a matter of weeks, honestly.
You're only as good as your last work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's that kind of pressure that you either crumble it or you look to it as a motivator.
Yeah.
And right now it's motivation, but I'm almost from like, I'm doing garbage right now.
Well, dude, that's the biggest thing. Like, I never look at it like, oh my god, like, did I pick the right career path? Like, I was lucky enough to go into college knowing exactly what I wanted to do.
Me too.
But that doesn't stop you from sitting there like, oh man, this is trash.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this podcast
Oh, my
is
God.
shit. Oh no.
I'm part of the film club here at FSU.
That is Florida State University.
Exactly.
You guys, so I don't want to take away from your story, but have you guys called any building?
Yes.
And you get like the fucking shot for like 20 hours?
I don't use a telephone. I walk there anxiously and hope someone's at the desk that's nice.
I meant like when you were like a senior in high school and you were like trying to get shit worked out.
No.
Did your mom handle that job?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I said I was a different person. I literally could not talk on the phone.
That is something that I've always
Oh my
had.
god,
too.
you had to
Almost
order
had a-
pizza and you're just sitting there sweating.
Dude,
Let me
buckets.
tell
do
you,
that.
online ordering saved my fucking life. It means I could order a pizza.
Did you online order your pizza alone in your dorm that summer?
No,
Okay, good.
I didn't order anything.
You just didn't
It's
eat.
good to see your development though.
Yeah.
In the sense where you sound like you used to be very enclosed. And I didn't know this about you till just
definitely.
now. But now, I mean,
Yeah, Sean, I
he said
can't.
hi the first day. And I was like, alright.
I'm.
Shane Pancho.
Shane,
Well,
Shane Pancho, the people's man.
we were put in a class, public speaking.
Oh god, yeah, there's talk about coming out of your comfort
Oh,
zone.
Jesus.
To get in front of a bunch of people you don't know and say something.
Yeah, and then I walk in for the first memorized thing, literally in a costume.
God, I remember that. You looked spiffy as fuck.
I did a speech from Men in Black.
Dressed as the guy from Men in Black.
It was when
Dressed as Will Smith.
No, Tommy Lee Jones.
I know, because you're not black.
I'm decidedly not. It was the.
Decidedly.
Yeah,
It was when he's convincing Will Smith to join the Men in Black. 5,000 years ago we knew the Earth was flat.
That
was that one. It's still in there, mainly because I picked it because I already knew most of it. But I don't know if anyone noticed, but I got up there, tried to start talking, couldn't get a word out, and I almost fell over.
I noticed.
Like, my knees just turned to jelly for a second.
Jesus, yeah.
And, like, I was sweating. I was a wreck.
I get the same way, except not as that intense. Not intense as in the moment when I'm speaking in front of people. You guys ever, we're gonna go around the room and if I say your name, say here. That's when I get like that.
Oh my god. When it was like, alright, we're gonna call attendance, in my head I go, I'm here.
No, I do the same. Dude, I almost try to like play with my voice without sounding like I'm saying it out loud. Yeah, I'm like that.
It's funny, the other day we were in a mass media class. I sit right next to Brystin, and we do that, and the professor, she goes, all right, when I say your name, say here. And I don't normally talk like this. Like this isn't how I said my name. She goes, Jorge, are you here? And I go, yeah, I'm here. And I tried to make my voice super deep, and Brystin looks over to me and goes, oh, is that how you sound? A little aggressive there, huh?
Jorge sounded like... I'm trying to like nail this. Hold on. Jorge sounded like...
What's my air?
Like when Amanda Bynes in She's the Man was trying to sound like a man. like he had to overcompensate for being a girl.
Well, here's the thing. It was either I overcompensated. It was either I overcompensated and made my voice sound way deeper than the people in the room knew it was, or I went and like there was only two options.
Yeah.
And I decided to go with the decidedly less embarrassed one.
Yeah.
Though I could have played it off as a joke, but it is what it is.
For me, I'm at the end of either spectrum. Like, I am either the kid that is like shitting my pants because I have to say here in front of the class, or I'm the kid like wearing sunglasses and slick back hair. Like, here's just a word. Like, 'cause I remember that's how I was freshman year, like in the FIG.
I remember that. Yeah.
I would talk so like commandingly.
Jesus.
And I like.
Remember when we taught the class one day?
Yeah, me and Jorge taught the class one day.
And the only reason I was able to do that is because Brystin was so confident that he could do it. I'm like, yeah, we can do this.
And then we did it.
And it was horrible.
And nobody learned anything, but we learned
about each other.
a lot about each other.
Well, there you go. It's all a learning experience.
Yeah,
That's all
dude, this whole
college is.
thing.
A school for learning.
Dude, but more people need to realize that, though. Because, no, it sounds dumb, but people really don't understand that college is a place for learning.
It's not just about classes and stuff.
No,
more
like
about
social recognition and also,
College is a place to fuck up.
Exactly.
In my opinion, college should be a place that is safe to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
But I like the fact about college that it's also a place where when you make those mistakes, people will let you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. The biggest thing for me was
that's
for the first time getting unbiased feedback on stuff.
Yeah.
Like being in a media major, when you create something, whether it be visual art, video, actual art, music, things like that, anything. If it's trash, people will let you know, and I think that is necessary.
Oh yeah.
Especially in college, because like you said, this is a safe place where you can make those mistakes. But I'd rather someone tell me, "Hey, this is garbage," than have someone try to be nice to me and say, "No, it's pretty good."
Meanwhile, you think it's fantastic, and then you try it again, and then you're like, "Oh my god, what have I done?"
Yeah. That goes back to the whole college is the icebreaker. It's to get you out of your comfort zone. It's going to force you to be who you were supposed to be.
And I think the most important thing to realize is that when you step out of that comfort zone, and let's say you fuck up, that's okay.
Exactly.
You shouldn't let that deter you from keep trying.
Yeah, people beat themselves up over going maybe 2 steps in the wrong direction. And it's just like, it's not a big deal because you've obviously put work into it and you thought this is where you were going. Yeah. But at the same time, like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's okay. It's expected.
It might feel like a big deal at the time, but everyone goes through these things.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's really what keeps pushing me forward.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, first day of college, I'm scared out of my wits. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And then, the thought occurs to me, dude, everyone feels like this.
Just to give a visual for people about the first day of college and how nervous I was, let me put it this way. I was literally the kid on campus with a physical fold-out, like 24 by 24 inch map of the campus going, where am I?
Oh,
I was so scared that I got lost I didn't know what to do.
I printed out like the map for all my classes. I highlighted the buildings where I had the classes,
same.
wrote the room numbers.
Did you guys
still got lost?
Did you guys come here in like 1995? I used the fucking app like in 2015.
Well, the app
I didn't
is
have
garbage.
the app, and I didn't know
No,
about
the app is garbage. I only knew because my friends knew.
I knew about
It goes
it.
back to how much I needed them.
I know about it because of my master. I'm a master at Google Food. No, I literally Googled it.
I don't know. I found the app, and the app it was shit. Like it got
Yeah,
me lost.
it's
But
awful.
I still knew there was an app. I didn't have a Disney park map out like
Mine was
trying to find rides.
mine was an 8.5 by 11 folded in half. You know that I would just where am I?
I was trying to think of the dimensions. It was like a 4 by.
I remember getting
4 by
lost.
5.5. No, 8 by 5.5 folded in one.
There we go. Yeah.
I remember getting lost, like so lost. I was on one side of campus and I asked this senior. Of course, I'm nervous as hell because, and I can tell she's a senior. You know why? She was super high, and she was like, she looked mature, and I'm thinking, okay, I just need to find my class. I got 2 minutes to get there. Where am I? And I asked her, and she looks at me. She goes, "Oh, sweetie, you're on the complete other side of campus."
Oh,
and I went, "Fuck, help me."
That's not what you wanted to hear.
That's
No.
really not.
I wanted to hear, "Oh, it's right over there."
Yeah.
Why did I get that?
God.
But like I said, college is a place to make mistakes, and that was the first one, and it's okay.
Yeah. That you saying that reminded me of something that happened to me during my summer semester.
Let's talk about how we're all traumatized for our first semester of college.
We'll get back to that. I want to hear Sean's story. No, we're gonna talk about
It was in
first semester.
American politics class. It filled the history requirement.
Ew.
I only had to do it for 8 weeks. It was fine.
Oh.
But I had to present on something that day, like with a group.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my notes. I did the research. I did my homework. I printed it out. I put it in my notebook. I put my notebook on my desk and I went to class. Do you see the problem?
Yes.
I don't have my notebook in class. Class starts in 5 minutes. My dorm is 5 minutes away. So that's a 10-minute round trip. I haul ass. On the one day I decided to wear jeans because I want to look nice for the presentation. It's 102 out. Feels like 108.
Oh my god.
I booked it. I ran as fast as I could. And I came back to the room. Class had started. I'm sweating my ass off. I look like a wreck. But I made the fucking presentation. Out of breath the whole time.
That's called coming in clutch.
It was like, anyway, so my next point.
And then Sean just fell
And then I
face
just
first
passed
into the
out
fucking floor.
through a table. No.
Everyone was like, "Ah, nice."
Oh,
I
is this
honestly
part of the
think
presentation?
I
This is amazing.
I think I got some sympathy points from the teacher. He was cool. He was in a band. We got extra credit for liking his band's
Bryson, you were
Facebook
teaching the
page.
class?
Yeah, guys, you take an intro to musicology in the douchebag art department.
And that was the whole story. Me running in jeans in 102 degree weather.
Dude, I'm trying to think of something embarrassing that happened, like that first semester, and I can't think of anything I actually want to talk about.
There's the key word. One time I fell on my skateboard going downhill and split my pants right down the middle of campus.
My freshman
I
year.
remember that happening.
That was
my,
amazing.
that's like my worst nightmare, cause like
I lived it.
yeah,
I can
we
do you one
skate.
better than that. My
Yeah.
roommate freshman year was going down a hill on a skateboard, and he hit a rock and ate it. Skinned up his arm, cut his face, and got a concussion. I walked back to my room. We bought a couch because it was either that or the garbage chairs.
So the chairs were kind of bullshit.
So the three of us went a third each on a like.
Now they all own a third of the couch.
No,
you guys split it in 3.
Yeah, we got a saw to no, but I
Somebody's
come
got
back.
like no armrest.
I come back just after class one day. He's there on the couch with his girlfriend like tending to his wounds. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And she says he fell off his skateboard. I go, yeah, that makes sense.
That, you know what? I found my story. Freshman year, first semester, I was skating to our Intro to Mass Media class. And I lived in the dorm Reynolds, and that is on the opposite side of this class, because this class is in the stadium.
It's all downhill from there, too.
You lived in Reynolds?
Yeah, I lived in Reynolds.
What floor?
3.
Oh.
I know.
I was on 4.
I know, we were so close to each
Oh.
other, but we didn't know. But yeah, like, I was skating down, and I just fucking ate. Like, I don't even know what happened. Like, I blinked, I was off the board, and I was on the floor. And I guess I must have, like, kicked my board back up.
Oh my!
Oh,
I remember
no.
you telling me this when you got to
I kicked
class.
the board up, and it just went straight up, and there were these 2 girls
Oh,
walking
no.
forward. And so it comes down near them. and these chicks just start screaming at me. And a like little skinny white kid, 18-year-old Brystin Ivey, has two like grown females screaming at him, and like I thought I was gonna cry. I was in pain emotionally. I was in pain physically, and they're just like they're screaming. They're like, "Oh my god! Like you could fucking hit us! Like do you even watch where you're going?" I was
like, "Well, you know,
and you're just laying there on the ground. I'm like, I'm sorry.
No, I was up and I was like, sorry. Like I fell. I don't know what happened. Like back when freshman year, you gave a shit what other people thought.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to.
I still give a shit.
Oh.
But that's because that's who I am as a person. I have anxiety. So.
I understand. But some dude picked up my board and gave it back and like stood up for me and was like, "Hey, you didn't mean to fall. Like fuck off." And like I heard that and I was like, I'm gonna model my college experience off of you.
I didn't mean to fall. Fuck off.
Yeah. So now.
I didn't fall. Fuck you.
Now I don't even fall sometimes. I just get off the board and I'm like, I turn to the next person, like right near me. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. I didn't mean to fall. And that's the way I've lived my life. Just
Did you get hit by a car on your skateboard a couple months ago?
I also got hit by a car. So you're seeing a pattern here. All of these instances are completely my fault.
You just learned to say fuck you.
Exactly, because that's what you gotta do. They don't tell you that in college.
You know,
Like,
sometimes
they don't teach you that in high school
you
either.
just gotta say fuck you and pick yourself up.
Yeah, pick you up and get it back
Even
on the
if it's to
skateboard of
yourself.
life, brother.
Oh, especially if it's to yourself.
Oh,
At least I can speak for myself. I am my biggest critic.
Oh, me too.
Like if I were to look at my application to the digital media production program,
I don't even want to look at it again. Oh
I made the
God.
mistake of rewatching and rereading what I wrote. I shudder. I said, how did anyone accept me for this?
I looked at the projects that I submitted.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Dude, I looked at the first thing I shot up here with my roommate and my ex-roommate, current roommate, and my friend Frank, and we shot it on an iPad. And it was called like Halloween at Carpenter Hall, and I thought I was fucking cool because like John Carpenter, I was like Carpenter Hall, and I couldn't get through it. Like, I couldn't do it.
Oh
Just
yeah.
the cringe was too much.
It was green. I don't know why it was green.
Fluorescent got that fluorescent light.
You didn't know about color correction.
I didn't know about color correction. It just looked green. I didn't know how to fix it.
I know that feeling. I did a short horror film with the film club. I was the only one to write anything for this contest.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to make mine. And I was like, oh dear.
Oh no.
And then I directed it. I was the cinematographer, mainly because we had 5 people on set, including the 2 actors.
Yeah, welcome to every fucking
And then on
production
the
I've done.
second day of filming, the second day of 2, we had 4 people on set, including 2 actors. It was me, my producer, and the 2 actors. It was supposed to be spooky. It was supposed to be set in a forest at night with fog. We didn't have enough money for a fog machine or lights that worked at night in the forest. So it's set in the middle of the fucking day, and it's not scary at all. I've currently labeled it a horror comedy.
That's what I did with mine.
Because it gets laughs. So I might as well say it was
I
on
remember
purpose.
yours, because at one point you had the murderer walking down the hallway, and this is the one where David was peeking out, right?
Yeah, David was one of the characters in the film.
This is the one point where your ex-roommate was peeking out.
Yeah, he was going.
And he's looking at the murderer walking towards him, and he goes, "Do you see him?" And he goes, "Yeah, she's walking right towards me." He's doing like the finger thing with
the
eyes.
finger thing with the eyes.
Absolutely. Yeah. And dude, I remember that was at the time, one of the best films in the class because it was hilarious.
Oh, thanks, man.
Was that the intro to film class?
Yeah.
I saw that. We were in the same intro to film class.
Yeah. You saw it?
I didn't
Did
know
you
that
write a
was-
review on mine?
I may have.
I know.
I don't
did.
know.
Man.
I remember
Shit.
I remember watching
some
it.
fun stuff. Yeah, that was. I think that's like my biggest issue as like a, just as like I don't know, a filmmaker, whatever I call myself, is that my writing has not to be like a dick, but my writing has just always been really well done, and like my camera operation and knowledge is like nowhere near my writing capabilities, and it sucks because you can just see how the two don't line up in like all of my early stuff.
Like the short that the 3 of us starred in.
Oh yeah.
You came up with a lot of good lines for that.
Thank you.
Bryson's really good at improv.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Thank you guys.
Especially that one line at the end that always gets a laugh. But that's a story for
That's
another
a story
time.
for another time. We should kind of go through some of the stuff we've done at some point.
We should.
Just kind of like
we
not
should
today.
do
but-
commentary tracks.
Shit, we should.
We should do a. No, that was the whole idea. I don't know why I started again. That was it. That was one idea. Why did I say two?
That was amazing, Sean.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
I remember when we did do our first films for that course.
Yeah.
And like any piece of work that someone works on, whether it's a lab report or us in our digital, whatever we do, film. And
Yeah, whatever we call ourselves.
when you had other students critique you, I did notice that there were constructive critiques, but no one was outwardly mean. Even though I probably would have appreciated that, but everyone was kind of nervous because everyone was in the same boat.
I think I was mean on one of
Yeah,
them.
there were people
But
who
because,
thought
like-
they were in a different boat.
Like the one, I think I was mean on one that was like shot portrait.
Well,
Like,
that's
instead of
fair
landscape.
because those people deserve to
And
die.
I think I honestly put like, no, you did this wrong. You were incorrect in your approach.
Just
Well, but
turn
here's the
it.
thing.
It's easy.
They did need to hear that, whether they were pursuing that or not.
God, I just remembered mine for that class. Me and two of my friends, because we all had to make one for ourselves.
You were in Andrews.
Was I?
Oh yeah, no.
But it was. We tried to have ours connected. They weren't connected in any way, except for like 2 words. It was garbage.
Dude,
Garbage!
I can like look back at my early stuff and like kind of try and be constructive with it. I can be like, okay, well I like how I did this. And I can still sometimes like make myself laugh. But overall, like it is a very steep arc of me getting better because I actually know what I'm doing now, like thanks to like the major and also
on some of
my friends.
On
And
some of
also
my
a lot of YouTube videos.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of YouTube tutorials, honestly.
That's how I learned how to do visual effects. Video Copilot.
Oh yeah, you just sat down and did it.
Shout out to Video Copilot, y'all rule.
Send us free stuff.
I'm such a big fan.
Mm.
But in a lot of my earlier stuff, especially that I've made up here, I see like the seeds of ideas that I have since used in other projects, like for class or even just for me. But I really like the fact that I can see my growth.
Oh yeah.
Over these 3 years. Ugh.
It's crazy to think about, right? That we've been doing this for like 3 years
It's
now.
crazy that we got 1 more year left. I mean, depending on what you guys want to do.
Yeah.
And then we gotta go do what we're doing right now, but for jobs. Like
Oh, I can't wait to get paid for doing what I literally already do.
One day I'll get paid for doing narrative filmmaking. Oh, one day.
Fingers
guys.
crossed.
I know, right?
That actually reminded me I need to send an email out being like, hey, y'all need an editor, right? I do that. Pay me, please.
Sean, we might just go into business together.
All right.
That's fine. Jorge too.
You don't gotta throw me in there. I'm going for advertising. You know that.
Yeah, but I might need my movie advertised, so.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sick.
No, but before we suck our own dicks for being DMP majors.
That's not even like that.
No, I just want to add to what Sean was saying. Your work really does stick with you, and it's kind of like who is involved with you, like on this climb. They also really stick with you, and I think a lot of people tend to kind of hold on to things for like a little too long. And if you notice that you were going in a certain direction, and there are people that are constantly with you, and you are constantly working with, like that, that there are multiple signs there showing you that maybe these people are the people that you should bring your attention to. Not the only people that you should, consider yourself friends with, not the only people you should really kind of involve yourself with, but these are the people who are growing in the same direction you are.
Exactly.
And you shouldn't fight the urge to kind of keep growing with them and maybe not grow alongside other people.
Yeah.
Because you never have to leave any situation, in most situations, in a harsh manner. So if things organically split, you shouldn't fight that.
Always try to make a graceful exit.
Exactly. If you're climbing with your friends, then stay with the friends you're climbing with, because the other friends will respect you for following your own decision when they're as successful as you are.
Like all my high school friends, we're going to different schools. I don't resent them for that. It's just where we ended up.
Exactly.
Speaking of ending,